Once again, for the vulnerable narcissist, they've got a PhD in comparative suffering. Your mama died from 5 diseases, theirs died from 20. And you, of course, that's something major. It gets just that petty and ridiculous when it comes to them, right? Their mama died, your grandmother died, but theirs is more important because it was their mother's death, right? We are not inside of anybody's nervous system, so we cannot judge what kind of trauma, drama, inner turmoil, etc. that anyone is dealing with, right? But with them, it's always petty. It's always a one-upping situation, right? You and your kids have suffered at the hands of a grandiose narcissist or a psychopath, right? But they've suffered 10 times as worse with their kids, right? And them and their kids have 50 more problems than you and your kids, according to them. The list could go on and on and on as far as the amount of things they're going to compare with you, right? 9 times out of 10, what makes it hard to realize that you are in contact with a vulnerable narcissist is that they have extreme CPTSD, compounded trauma, and it just seems like that individual with just so many problems and so much trauma that you end up feeling sorry for them, and you end up in like this never-ending hole with them of trying to help them, but they never can seem to move forward, right? That's another clue. Okay, they get so petty at times that in order to try to get back at you but not be very direct, I guess I would say, in saying and letting you know what they're doing, they're letting you know but not letting you know, so to speak, what they're doing. Say, for instance, if they know that your kids are going on mission trips and doing other different activities with the church, then all of a sudden they will say, well, you know, these churches, they need to focus on doing other things when it comes to ministry rather than like sponsoring mission trips and overnight camps at the church. So they're talking about the church, right? They're using a third party, but they're really talking about you and your kids, right? It's an indirect attack to let you know they are not pleased with the fact that your kids get a chance to do something and their kids are not doing it. Although they could be doing it, but they chose not to what? They chose not to sign them up for these particular activities. So a lot of this stuff is like, wow, that must be nice that you're doing that. That must be nice your kids are doing that. Okay, all of that may seem true.